Alright, what is up, guys? We're covering the Pokemon Unite World Championship Grand Finals. I actually have not seen this Spraggles moment at all. I just realized this right before our games, so I'm gonna react to it. The fuck? what is like the magic orb port?
I can feel a disturbance in the air. The Kyriaos energy flowing through me. Closer, I can see something here. Closer, closer. Okay, too close.
What the fuck?
Yes, I can see it much more clearly now. Speak to me, Thea. Sky ruins with your magic.
Okay, I can see some gameplay in there. Okay, the sound effects.
Sounds. Yes, I can see it.
Okay,
Two teams battling it out. Team Luminosity.
there are indeed two teams.
Team OMO Abyssinian. What are they battling for? A beautiful trophy. A shiny Pikachu trophy. Luminosity, current world champions, are moving to
Okay, that was really cheesy. That was really cheesy, guys. But anyways, we're covering grand finals. That was, I actually had not seen that until now, and it's like 3 weeks until afterwards. So it's not like I've gone back and watched the stream. So that was definitely very interesting, to say the least. Fun fact, actually, Spraggles did not root for us to win Worlds. Like, he was rooting for us, but he did not think we would win Worlds. He thought Tally Boba would. So, he definitely did not predict that ahead of time. But yeah, hopping in, Overlord hovering Greninja for the fans for fun. Unfortunately, we did not play a single Greninja game at Worlds this year, but we did last year. So going into our draft strategy against OMO. So obviously we faced them in winners, and if you saw my game, those games were really close. We did not like our draft strategy against them. So we changed it up. We banned Hoopa because JR Absent was the best Hoopa at Worlds. And we're first picking Umbreon because so the reason for the first pick Umbreon is because Tempest does not play Slowbro. So we knew they would ban Lapras. If they didn't ban Lapras, we take it. It's a free win anyways. Lapras is broken. If they ban Lapras, which is pretty obvious, we take the Umbreon, and now Tempest is forced to play Tree. He's still really good at Tree. It's just that Umbreon and Slowbro are better. Umbreon, Slowbro, Lapras, that's the holy trinity of defenders. Tree, if you saw my tier list, I rate a bit lower. So forcing him on to just worse meta pick. We're taking the Zoroark from Shua too. So from my analyst work, I knew that Shua only played Zoroark, Dodrio, Glaceon, like Venusaur, right? So we knew he didn't play Blue or Shifu, which is amazing they made it to Grand Finals, because there were so many good Blue or Shifu teams that absolutely wiped the floor with other teams. But they made it here without having a Blue or Shifu player. So we take the Blue or Shifu away, or not the Blue or Shifu, the Zoroark. And the funny thing about Zoroark is that it actually counters the rest of Shua's picks. You can see here he doesn't know what to pick. He's just gonna pick, I believe it was Glaceon, yeah. So you take the Zoroark away from Shua and it actually counters the rest of his jungle picks. We counterpicked their defender as well, and we banned away their support. So we targeted all three of them in this draft. Meanwhile, we're on some of our best comfort picks, except for Rhinne. Not that comfortable on Zacian, but Zacian's broken. So this is already a way better draft than our winners finals drafts. We really stepped up in the draft game. I would consider this a hard out draft. So standard stuff. We're just gonna have the Comfy, leash the red, probably leash blue. No, he's just gonna go straight top, help out the Zacian. And they have Leafeon bot. I believe the Leafeon just goes to score. I'm just going to score and stack. So yeah, I believe I'm just scoring and stacking here to get my level 4 Umbreon as fast as possible. And they're gonna score on Kyriaos, but it's fine. I believe they do some weird strat here actually to get level 4 on Leafeon. Yeah. So they give Leafeon the look at the mini map here. They're giving Leafeon the Xatu. So that's why Leafeon's hitting 4 so fast in lane. They're doing that to get Solar Blade. Very good strategy by them. Kind of abusing the double EVs. So the Glaceon's just gonna full clear their buffs. Or not full clear. They're gonna take 2 buffs, I believe, go to a lane. And so this is so the Leafeon can hard dominate bot lane. But our scoring strat actually counters it, because you can see I'm just gonna get my level 4 and we're chilling in lane. So the Leafeon didn't really have a chance to dominate the early game like it would into normal lanes. Stacking into these types of lanes, like just going to score on a Pokemon like I did against this type of lane Leafeon is very strong, because Leafeon actually just can't rip farm by itself really. So we get the farm there, we get the mid Audino, that's huge, and we kill the Trevenant. And I'm pretty sure Overlord is running Focus Band, so it is very huge that his Focus Band did not proc there, so he has it later on for bees. Very curious why they're showing top bees here. Bottom bees is definitely more important. Definitely had a lot of observer mishaps this year, so very unfortunate that that's the case. Bot lane is definitely much more important to observe here. I think anyone who's even like a semi-pro would know that. So there's definitely a lot more qualified people that would do better than the observers. Not trying to flame them too hard, but I definitely do think they need to upgrade their observer game next year. Overlord's just gonna come up here, try to stack, not gonna get it, unfortunately. And they actually chunk him really low, so this is really bad. Our Zoroark has 0 stacks early game, so that is not good at all. However, EXP wise we're doing really good. I'm just being annoying, invading. However, I cannot outsecure Leafeon, so I'm more being a distraction if anything. I remember this actually. So the team made a call out. They were like, don't go to mid Bs. And at this point, I could have not gone to mid Bs. I could have walked down. I would have been fine. And I would have been chilling. Or I could have walked up in their jungle. Just not go to mid Bs. And everything would have been fine. But they made the call out like, oh, like we can't go to mids. Like, don't go there. And I didn't realize what they meant was there's going to be 4 people at mid Bs. But I walk up here. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. And then 4 people collapse on me and kill me. So that was really bad, because now they're going to be able to force bot. However, we do force top at the same time. So we do get counterplay on it. But huge int by me on the early game, the first game. Really, really not good. So yeah, that was definitely just a hard int by me there. But interesting, they actually left the mid Bs up. So Arva goes up and picks up the big. I believe I actually made the call out that I'm pretty sure the mid Bs were still up, because we had all the vision of them. So I told him to go get that. He's just going to go collect top Bs, and he should be able to hit level 9. He managed to get some stacks in top. So if I hadn't inted bot, we would have been in a very good spot. Honestly, we're still in a really good spot, but we could have been hard winning this game if I did not hard int. I believe that was one of my hardest ints early game. I don't even think I inted an early game before like this game and then the entire tournament. So it's bound to happen eventually. I'm just going to distract here on them while we're ripping. The Leafeon ends up uniting me, so really good. We're just going to get it for free. And I'm still alive, by the way, after the Leafeon united me. So not sure what they're doing there. They're definitely way too distracted with me. And I'm still alive, by the way. I finally go down, but it's insane how long I was alive for in 4 people. And we got the Reggie because they were distracted on me. Overlord did int kind of hard here. So that is unfortunate. Definitely a big int here, but this all kind of snowballs, but from the amount of experience. It's huge Smurf. Dude, Elo smurfs so hard with the grass knot here. Look at this grass knot. Absolutely smurf. Pulls me into the snarl. Or pulls them into my snarl. And I'm just destroying them right now. They're really low. So, huge grass knot play by Elo. But yeah. Definitely a couple of ints in the early game in this grand finals. But, I mean, it's not too worrying. Why? Because we have an omega draft gap. Look at our draft compared to theirs. Even if we go even late game, even if we're slightly behind late game, I think it's fine. I think our comp is just so much better. They really had to hard win this game with their draft, in my opinion. And we're just going to get the top one. Because they were farming in mid Bs? Were they? Oh, Glaceon was farming jungle. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, Glaceon and Clefable definitely overstayed bot here. We're just able to force 4 top. get really good kills. So definitely some int macro by them in the mid game. Yeah, that play was really bad with how long they stayed bot. We're just gonna get a huge over top here. Overlord's just going to collect points right now because he only has 20, right? So he's trying to get a better overcap on it. I'm gonna be able to score 16 on the tree there. And they're hard uniting Overlord, so he can't score. So really well played by them. Kind of egoed a bit too hard, not breaking. Probably should have just broken it sooner before they all got there. But they definitely blew a lot of unites for that. I'm just gonna go score it behind them, I believe. Yep, just gonna get more stacks. I think that was my last stack, so I'm just invading their side now. And we have rhinne holding down the bot lane. They don't have unites, so we know at this point they're not gonna do much. I can just invade their side. There's definitely gonna be someone here, and I can distract them. So not sure why the camera's panned on me again. There's nothing happening here. Yes, go back to bot lane. These observers are definitely painful. I actually, like, in all our games before, they weren't that bad, but the observer this game has been especially terrible. So Overlord's gonna go in here, barely not kill the Glaceon. Really unfortunate. But the Reggie actually makes him live long enough to be able to kill a Glaceon. We're just gonna rip the Reggie in the back. So both Reggies we've been able to get easily. There's not really much they can do on a Zacian, just ripping it in the back. We're just doing his job very well. Leafeon's gonna secure that big beat, unfortunately. And now we're just gonna go farm. Overlord's gonna go farm, and me and kyriaos will definitely be able to hold down the bot lane. I can hold bot lane solo, so he can go away. And this is our plan, because 1v1 Umbreon's fine. Bot lane, I can just harass, score. They can't really do much. Rinne's gonna go in here, try to get on the Glaceon, but Glaceon unites, has passive up, so he dies. So really aggressive there. Elo unfortunately passed the wrong way. Okay, Overlord hard griefed that combo, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, definitely a very sloppy first game here. Yeah, I will say the Ray fight was executed perfectly by us, from what I remember. But I think I did not realize how sloppy the rest of this game was. So this is definitely one of our sloppier games at Worlds. Definitely the pressure is rising for both teams. I don't think OMO's macro has been great either. Again, like, I think if this was an online tournament, like, that had like no stakes whatsoever, you'd see a completely different, like, better game. Like, both teams would play it in way insanely better. But that's just the nature of stage. So Overlord trying to catch out the Clefable, probably gonna be able to pick up the kill. Yep. So that's really good. A lot of pressure mid now, so we're gonna be able to get a lot of mid positioning off that kill. Looks like we're actually positioning bot here. I have to run away. I did not realize they were all bot, I believe. Yeah, because we didn't have vision, so I had to X speed out. Not very good. I had to burn my X speed and focus span, but not the worst either. So we're just gonna position mid. No one went for the bot Reggie. And they do have the point lead, so we are the ones pressured to do something. And Overlord just farming to hit his level 14 here, and then we'll do something. Tree trying to engage on me, not sure why. I don't think there's much he can do. If anything, that's just going to chunk him out more than me, but it is true they do have a Clefable, but Clefable having the position around the defender is not the best at Ray. So Tempest loves to go for these flanks. Look at this. So he sneaks into the bottom left bush off vision and horn leeches kyriaos. So yeah, insane flank by Tempest. Unfortunately, some miscommunication by his team. They weren't ready to follow up. I think if they're ready to follow up on that insane play by him, that would have been a very different story of the Ray fight. But yeah, Overlord gets a huge flank in here, and the Clefable just wastes gravity for fun. So that's really bad by the Clefable. And I'm just running at the Glaceon, got her passive for Overlord to be able to kill. And they burned a lot of unites. And we managed to score bot off that play. So if you go back and look, Overlord went to score bot. So now we're in the lead during this play. So I definitely think they into the macro a bit at Ray. They should definitely look to preserve their point lead. The Leafeon's going to look to score 100, but doesn't because we hard force in mid. And so, yeah, after we got the tree, though, I'm just running them down. Made sure to get the Glaceon passive so the carriers had a better time. And I'm just zoning out where I see them. Overlord's going to be able to get his big feint attack combo. Almost kill a Glaceon. Huge grass knot by Elo, actually. That was so smurf. And it's just point fiesta. So Rinne's going to kill Tree in the back there. Overlord is going to go down, but I'm just scoring more points here. So now we're in the lead again. Rinne's going to score, and now they're flipping the Ray. And they get it to half actually really fast, but they burned all of their cooldowns. kyriaos is just trying to kill them here. I get on them too. And we get this with an Inteleon auto attack. So this was not the game I was thinking of, by the way. I thought this was a different game. Definitely not a clean game at all whatsoever, even at the rate. But we did force them to flip with our macro when we were behind in points. So they get the Ray really low. And I saw a lot of people saying this is like a coin flip, like secure. It's really not, guys. Like, look at this, right? So I saved my Snarl for the perfect time because Leafeon just didn't have Solar Blade. So Leafeon has to Solar Blade early, but this is too early. It's way too early. And I stunned the Clefable and the Leafeon, right? So Leafeon's either forced to go early or not hit at all. It's only the Blastoise, really, versus an Inteleon. And Inteleon auto attack does 2.4k at level 14. It's an insane secure. So, in my opinion, the secure was not close. The rest of the game, yes, but the actual secure... Let's just take in this moment. So, the guy in the middle obviously is Jungle Book, our sub, and he won Worlds with us last year. The guy on the left is Sneaky Seal, and I was actually talking to them after this, and the camera kept panning at them, so they knew it was coming. So you can see it before they even knew the camera was on them. They start doing the finger gun thing. Look, they were looking at the screen, if you saw that, to see when it's gonna pan to them. So I mean, a little cringe, but you know, good hype squad for us at World. And yeah, the first game was definitely sloppy. I think at the end we played it pretty well, and it was not actually close at all. Like, we were in control the whole time, but the rest of the game definitely very sloppy, very close. So Overlord waved at the camera, dude. Okay, I don't know how players knew when the camera was on them. I never knew when the camera was on me. Like, did I miss the memo on something? I think it was the players on the edges. They tell them that they're gonna be on camera, because no one ever told me that. There's no indication. So I'm just never looking at the camera. Look at this. I don't think I looked at the camera once the entire tournament. I'm just I want to have a cool moment like that, but I was just never told. So unlucky, I guess. So this is just, we're just gonna ban Lapras straightforward on second pick. We would love to try to counter pick, but no, like, you should just ban Lapras. And it's funny they banned Zoroark, because I think this is a really bad solution they tried to come up with, where they banned Zoroark, which is like one of Shua's best Pokemon. So you're just kind of, you're taking a Pokemon out of your arsenal. So I don't know what they were thinking in draft, but every time you have to do this, it just kind of shows that you're gonna get hard out drafted. Like, we've come to this part where, like, we had to ban one of our best Pokemon, and it just doesn't feel good. Like, there should definitely be a way to structure your draft where that doesn't happen, because every time it happens, you're gonna get hard out drafted. Again, we're just forcing Tempest on the tree. And Slowbro, don't get me wrong, Slowbro is extremely strong, but in these games we just don't need to pick it, because Tempest doesn't play Slowbro. If there was the threat of Tempest playing Slowbro, we would probably pick it. But yeah, it was just, we were able to hard abuse them. And again, so here instead of targeting Shua and Jay are absent now, we are targeting Miva because we banned Lapras and we picked Blastoise. So Miva can only play Lapras and Blastoise top. That's all he's played the entire Worlds tournament besides Goodra. Like, I actually knew he would play Goodra, by the way. I'm like, okay, we did this. He's gonna play Goodra now. And because that's the only picks he has. It just amazes me how teams don't realize this. Like, you can hard fuck. Like, we hard fucked OMO in drafts just because, like, their Pokemon pools were so small. Oh yeah, he picked Slowbro instead, but it's Slowbro or Goodra. And we knew he might pick Slowbro actually, so he picked Blissey. I think did he play Goodra a different game? I thought he played Goodra once, but maybe I'm tripping. We're just gonna go with our classic Venusaur comp here. Venusaur Solar Beam hard destroys Glaceon, so it really farms their team. We have Inteleon and Blastoise too, so they're not gonna have fun this game, although I do think we int a bit, so it does become pretty close. They do have really strong early game actually, so that does become a problem. Alright, so hopping in the game. Not going to do anything crazy here. We're not even leashing jungle on Venusaur. It's just not necessary. The Hoopa's going to come try to invade, but honestly, Venusaur has better secure. Sorry. So Overlord's just going to fight him actually, and then look to secure this buff. Oh yeah, kyriaos actually just comes and gets it. So yeah, the Overlord's gonna have to flash. So the Hoopa invade definitely very annoying. He always does a really good job of poking them out. And top lane looks like it's going pretty well. Elo's gonna hit level 4. Bot lane is going very well too. Our Venusaur is kind of fucked, but this really doesn't matter when you're Venusaur. Like, it is very easy to get back in the game as Venusaur. Like, it really does not matter. Elo's just gonna help come cover the jungle. And yeah, I mean, rhinne is going to be fine top, we're fine bot. So early game's pretty even so far. When they have a stronger early game, that's pretty good for us. kyriaos should be almost 6 from what I remember. Probably off the Sadino. Oh, no, one more. So yep, we're doing a really fine bot. We're ahead in experience. Top lane is ahead too. So our jungler is not even that far behind. Everyone's the same level. So I really think they fumbled the early game here. I think the Hoopa invade is good against bad junglers. Or not bad junglers, but like weak early game junglers. But Venusaur is not about early game. It's about snowballing or not even snowballing, just it's about winning the late game. So putting it behind early game, it does not do anything. Like, even if you didn't invade it, it would do like the same amount throughout the early game. I think the Hoopa should have been in lane for level 4. They are gonna dominate at the mid Bs, kill kyriaos, which is an issue, but yeah, they're gonna be slightly ahead from the early game there. So let me go back and look what happened. Actually, I was talking about the stuff. So we send Elo to mid Bs pretty late. kyriaos goes to secure the big B. Oh yeah, looks like he wastes his acrobatics for stacks and to secure it. So he's almost 7. He's really fed. Messes up the flash too. So really unfortunate. Elo was really late to the mid Bs too. So I think it was just a bit greedy for kyriaos to try to rip these Bs. Especially that acrobatics, like wasting his dash. Plus the late flash. Honestly, he could have just lived here if he didn't flash late, I think. So a little unfortunate, but yeah, we just got to play it slower when Elo's going to be late to mid Bs. Maybe Elo can rotate sooner, but these first 2 games were definitely pretty sloppy. The grand finals were definitely not a stomp at all. So Overlord's going to come to get a lot of the Bs topside. He is pretty behind, so we're probably just playing for the map, is what we call it, where we kind of ignore the bot Reggie. We don't care that much. And insane steal by kyriaos, I think. Wait, let me look back at this. Yeah, he gets it. kyriaos has been popping on the Inteleon stuff. So we're just trying to stall bot, be annoying, and Overlord's just trying to hit level 9. Nice try by Elo there to maybe steal it, but yeah, we're just stalling here. We know they have the numbers advantage here. Rhinne's gonna out secure the Slowbro top. Overlord's just farming up his jungle, trying to hit level 9, and they're not gonna be able to really force on Inteleon, Umbreon, Blissey. They're gonna Hoopaport top, start ripping it, which is fine. We're gonna be able to send a lot of people top to hold this. They do have the option to Hoopaport like a lot of places right now, which is scary. Looks like they try to unite Rhinne, but Rhinne with a really good flash there. Overlord's just gonna, as soon as he knows the Leafeon doesn't have dash, he gets a free kill there with his unite on the Leafeon. Really good target selection. And the beam is just gonna really poke them out. Kyriaos gets caught a little there, but we're sending Rhinne bot here. This is a classic strat we do where we let Rhinne solo bot because he's playing a lot of Pokemon that have really good secure. Oh, Kyriaos barely doesn't get that 30 off. That was so sad. It's literally a millisecond off. So yeah, Elo doesn't get his score either. I try to unite Kyriaos, maybe keep him alive, but unfortunately that was not the case. So that was just really unlucky. Like, we should have gotten 2 scores there that we didn't. If Kyriaos got his score, I get there in time to Bliss Unite him. He 100% lives. So it's very unfortunate. They're gonna int on our pad in return, so it's just the game of inting on the enemy team's pad, really. They're really low now. Kyriaos is doing a great job. Yep, good flash there. Lives with 1 HP, Smurf. So we do have to keep in mind they have Hoopa. So this is Hoopa's strength in the game, these second Reggies. And we're going to have to counteract it somehow. We do have Blastoise in the bot lane, so it's going to be really hard for them to force on the pad. But they're just going to slow unite Elo here and force on our top pad. And we're just going to have to give that break. It's going to be a really good overcap, and they're going to Hoop Unite bot. I think Kyriaos is just going to go for the 40 here. Yep. So we do get a 40 in exchange for that, and we're going to be doing fine bot in this 4v5, honestly. Or it was even a 3v5, but let me see what happened. So Overlord unites them as they force on him, and I come in to heal Overlord. So honestly, I think they took this TP so late for some reason. Like, the Glaceon took it so late. I'm not sure why the Glaceon was so late on that TP, but maybe if they were sooner, they could have killed Overlord. I doubt it, but kind of a miscommunication in my opinion. The Hoopa portal maybe could have been more aggro. They could have hard forced on us. Definitely had advantage there. So we're just trying to hit it a little, but we're playing the map right now and they're not. So we're not really pressured to do anything versus where they are. So you see we have Rhinne just farming the map. He's getting a lot of experience here. We have really good secure, and Elo's just being really annoying. That's his last unite move timer. So you can see we rip this in the back while Elo's being really annoying. And I'm just going to Bliss Unite to secure it because that is my last Bliss Unite timer. So Team Tracker timer is very important. This is the last time we can unite before Rayquaza. And we're just going to take our win there. Rhinne is getting so much value across the map. I believe I back a little too late. So I knew this was going to happen, but it was just unfortunate timing. Oh, that's so sad. Like, I think someone should have backed sooner to farm the top Adinos. Like Kyriaos or Overlord, one of them should back to farm the top Adinos, which is what I thought was going to happen. But definitely someone on the team probably could have communicated that better. Because I'm like, oh shit, no one's going top to farm the top Adinos. Like, why are they farming together, Overlord and Kyriaos? Like, these top Adinos have been up the whole time. So definitely a little bit of miscommunication there. I realized a little too late that I had to go top because no one's going top for some reason. And yeah, the points were ahead because Rhinne was just scoring top. that whole time during the second Regi, and we got the second Regi. So that play was really good for us. You can see the experience is really good for our team too. So when it gets to this late game and it's like this, like I think Leafeon is useless in the late game. In these even games, like in my opinion, Leafeon is so useless. It's like so good in the early and mid game, then it gets to late game, unless it's like level 14, level 15, it really does not do much. So we're gonna hard force top because, or hard force bot because we knew they were hitting top, but we do know they have Hoopa, so we back up. We did get tree focus ban, I think, which is actually really good for Ray. They're gonna try to force on me bot here. We do manage to stop all of them. We kill the tree, so. Ooh, huge cancel by the Blissey. Who's up, Blissey? So now, it said close battle, so we're not sure who has the lead. We have a pretty good idea that we might be slightly ahead, but a close battle is really sus, especially when they have a speedster with Leafeon and Hoopa. Like, they can just run to score whenever. Rinne's walking up here for vision. Ooh, if he got that was a really like misaimed water spout. If he got the Glaceon passive, that would have been so huge with that. He literally missed so bad. It's on the Ray Pit, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, that would have gotten Glaceon passive for free, which is that Blastoise Unite. Okay, so Rhinne is missing a lot of abilities. This is the infamous Blast Unite. I remember he said he was like huge Blastoise Unite here, right? This was his comms. He was like huge Blastoise Unite, and then it wasn't until he went in the bush, because remember they're off vision, okay? So he didn't realize there was a Hoopa portal in here. It happened, and he goes huge Blastoise Unite, but they're in the bush, right? So he doesn't realize they're in the bush, and then as soon as Elo goes in the bush, he's like, oh, never mind. It was so funny. Honestly, like, I wasn't even tilted. I was like low-key cracking up inside. He was like, oh, never mind. So as soon as we blow a ton of unites like that, we know, like, hey, we're gonna have to flip. And look at this perma stun chain. So I knew as soon as the tree united, what I needed to do was Bliss Unite Overlord. So there's an animation, right? I see this tree animation, and I could have Bliss Unite Overlord. Like, I can easily react to that. The issue is I'm full health. 100%. You see my health bar? I'm like, surely I'll have a chance to Bliss Unite after getting stunned. I get tree united into Leafeon Solar Blade, into Hoopa stun, into Tree Horn Leech, into Rayquaza stun. 100% to 0 perma stun in the middle of a 5v5 team fight, and then Rhinne gets it with an auto attack. So honestly, there wasn't really anyone there to secure besides Hoopa. So the tree is getting knocked up, so it's only the Hoopa. Yeah, so honestly, looking back at it, like, it was still like 50-50, but I think Rhinne and kyriaos said they thought they had better odds on this. I agree, actually. I think I do think we have better odds on it. I'd say it's like a 65-35 if I had to assign percentages to it, but yeah, I should have known I would get perma CC chained, especially it's because I'm in the middle of the Ray Pit. Like, if I'm seeing the middle of the Ray Pit, I just gotta unite. So definitely ints by me. Should just united Overlord when I was full health, and we win the game. That was that was a really sus game. So I think the game before that was actually better than the first game, to be honest. Like, we were doing good in experience. We were against a hard early game comp with our late game scaling comp. We were doing really good in experience, and we were actually ahead in points. So why does kyriaos always look tilted? Look at him. He just always looks tilted after every win. But yeah, so going into the next game, no bans are gonna change. They're happy with how they've played these games. There's not much they can do with draft anyways to change besides something like this. They're taking the Inteleon instead. I think it's a good what's it called? It's a good change, I guess. There's a better word, but I can't think of it right now. From the first game, I believe the first game they took Leafeon. So I think they realized we just won't pick Leafeon, which is good by them. Obviously, we're more scared of facing Leafeon than Inteleon, which is interesting. But we took the Zorgzation, and we're just gonna take A9 or Mew. Yeah, Mew, not A9. I was like A9, like I don't like that, but Mew is really good, and they picked Talonflame. So I'm still not sure what this. So people say like, oh, they intended to pick it, but what happened right after this draft was it went into a remake. So one of them crashed, and look at them all laughing here. It wasn't a timeout actually, so it was intentional. I guess they're laughing because it was intentional. I didn't see that it wasn't a timeout on the timer. Did someone just photobomb? What was that? What was that? I just saw a photobomb. But did you guys see what I saw? Am I tripping? Someone just like stood up, looked at the camera. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, there it is. I think that was human actually. That's hilarious. That was human from you. I knew I wasn't tripping. All right. So yeah, we had the redraft. There's like a thing. So they did intend to pick Talonflame. I was on Copion for that take. Ignore that. And we're both gonna do red buff leashes on both sides. Zacian very strong. They're getting that farm. We're just gonna rip his side now. Did Elo steal that? No, he didn't. Okay. It looks pretty close. He actually timed that as well as he could have, honestly. Rhinne gonna do a really good job here, just killing them. Zacian is so strong in the lane. Whoa, did the Talonflame? No, the Talonflame didn't get that, right? Oh, yeah. Alright. Rhinne got it. Very good. I remember this game was just a stomp. They hard won top. We got like every farm bot. We stomped both lanes. Yeah, fast forward to B's here. They have 3 people top and they can't do anything to Rhinne. Rhinne is just going demon mode. I'm already level 4 bot. And oh, the Eldegoss just into while the Blastoise is dead. The Talonflame leaves the Eldegoss. So this game is breaked for them at the start. It's already 60-0. Elo's just gonna come sit on Overlord for the rest of the game now. Kyriaos is gonna take jungle while Overlord's invading, so you see that. Because we're so strong bot, we can just leave me solo. They can't do anything to me. Oh, they got that with an auto. That's so sad. Look how low it is for my follow play. That's so sad. Then Inteleon gets it with an auto. So, unfortunate. They're all still bot here, so we know we can just pressure bot. 4 bot. We're getting mid beast for free with Kyriaos. Overlord's just going to keep stocking here. Kyriaos gets the big. Okay, Smurf. Kyriaos was the best Mew at Worlds, in my opinion. He went demon mode on Mew every game. Even, like, at regionals, like... Actually, not at regionals, but... In the scrims leading up to Worlds, he was so demon mode on Mew. So, I'm just left solo against these guys. It's an Inteleon, so I'm trying my best to get all the farm I can. You can see I'm level 7, so I'm still, like, way above all of them. I'm getting like a lot of farm that I should not be getting, but I'm still not getting all the farm I can. So you can see the sequence. I literally score, and this Inteleon tries to score 30 behind, and I literally stop him before he can get that. That was like last millisecond, so that's really funny. Unfortunately, they got that farm, and I wasted my follow play trying to secure it, but we're just hard winning this early game, and Overlord is a little deep here. Oh. Yeah, he does go down, actually. I remember this. Elo's gonna barely live, get on top of me. Kyriaos is gonna unite, kill him. Unfortunate, the grass stomp almost killed him. I managed to secure that farm, so it's really good. I'm gonna hit level 8 now off securing that Ardino. And no, we're still in a good spot despite the Overlord int. Rhinne is just being an annoyance. He's level 10. Oh, does he actually go down here? Okay, so slight ints by us. He almost lives there, but we definitely actually kind of fumbled this. It was not as clean as I remember, but we're still hard winning. I'm just going to chase them up here and stop all their scores. I solo killed the Talonflame, so this game was just fun for me, man. I was so fed. I was laning against Inteleon, and I still got like all the farm. Just going to X-speed here. Kill the Eldegoss. So, Overlord scoring behind them. We're 200 points up at this point. They've just been... We've given some comeback EXP, but they're getting out-secured on every single farm. It's just unplayable for them. If they can't get any farm. It's an integral part of Unite. I feel like a lot of viewers don't realize this, but it's like... It's what our team was really good at in Worlds. We secured a lot of objectives, a lot of like lane farm and stuff, and that is really, really important. That's like half the game right there. So we're just gonna push this Reggie in. Huge combo by Overlord. Let me go back and review this Reggie push. So Talonflame's sitting here in the bush waiting to ambush like the Inteleon or Mute, or not Inteleon, the Mute. As soon as the tree horn leeches, I use my Snarl to cancel it. I go in on the pad. Talonflames can unite, hit nothing, and it's gonna walk in. Overlord hits an insane combo after, so definitely they could have played that defense a little better. I think if the Talonflame hit the Reggie. Oh, so the tree actually horn leeches it away. So I don't know if the Talon didn't realize, but if this Talon united the Reggie away, then I think we could not have pushed it in. So they definitely choked this defense. Oh, the Talon did hit Rhinne, but yeah. They needed the Talon unite the Reggie away from the goal, and then I think the defense would have been doable. Talon's just going to try to be an annoyance, but we also have a speedster with the Comfy that's going to be even more of an annoyance. At this point, I finally have my Unite back, so I can be really annoying on their side. Really good block by Elo there on the liquidation. That's something you can do on Comfy that a lot of people don't realize. At this point, they sent 4 people bot, so I just had to Unite, get out. Overlord hits an insanely fast combo. Look at how fast this was. Did he animation cancel here? Let's look. I can't tell actually. Let me watch it again fast. No, it was just a fast combo. He did not animation cancel. He does go down for it though. They said 5 people bought, so him and Elo are gonna die. I'm gonna reset though, come back, and Rhinne's trying to score 50 in their base. The Talon actually unites to stop him, so that's unfortunate. They do get the bottom Reggie. I believe I live. Yep. So very close there, but I do live. Kyriaos doing a great job stopping all their backs. So they do get a lot of experience there, but they're still very fucked. We're over 300 points ahead. They haven't scored any points. So you can see Inteleon actually has a decent amount of experience though. I'd say the game's honestly still winnable at this point. So Overlord hits a huge combo. We're just gonna defend the Reggie. kyriaos is kind of caught in their jungle. Gonna go down Centellion. Tries to swap to Surf, but doesn't manage to do it in time. Nice try. He does lose his flash for... So you can see, even in this game, like people say we hard stop, but definitely a lot of inting. A lot of people died. Their EXP is still really good. Obviously, our EXP is better still, but it's honestly still like winnable. We can still hard int the Ray fight, and it's winnable, but the Ray fight has been like our biggest strength at Worlds. We have Smurf like pretty much every Ray fight. We were just on point. And huge combo by rhinne. This just ends the game. Look at this. Flash, double Sacred Sword. Into Night Move on both the carries. Like, holy shit. Insanely Smurf by rhinne. They do manage to get him with the Blastoise Unite, but it's 2 tanks and a support left. So really not much they can do. The game's just a wrap from here. We're going to chase them down. We have a huge point lead. We don't have to do anything. Overlord's going to miss that combo there. And I'm just chasing the tree here, being annoyed, making sure he can't get out. I'm going to out-heal a tree. Umbreon's broken. He does get out. I'm not going to chase just in case because they're respawning and I don't know where they are. I'm just going to position mid, heal up off the Rayquaza. Overlord has really good position in their jungle too. We just got to make sure they can't rip the Rayquaza. At this point, their only hope is to flip it and somehow kill some of us while they're flipping it. They do catch out kyriaos there. Overlord's just going to come in here on the backline though and kill all of them. And they are just running out of time. They don't have time yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed the grand finals. Yeah, it was insane winning these grand finals. I actually want to see our reactions when we win. I remember we just kind of came in our base. Honestly, like in the moment, like we were hard stomping. Like it really felt like the game wasn't close. But watching back the game was fascinating because we actually died a lot more than I remembered. If I actually had to say, I'd say our game versus Time to Shine in groups was actually a harder stomp, which I thought this game before watching it was a harder stomp. So really interesting. Like I guess it's just the effect of it being the last game of Worlds. Like we're really hyped. We're like stomping OMO, the second place team. Look at rhinne's reaction. Overlord and I's first reactions are to hug each other, very wholesome. We get in this group huddle. I come over, hug rhinne, I remember this. kyriaos is legit like crying, bro. Yeah, it was insane. Nick and Sneaky, look at this, bro. They realize the camera's on them. They do a double take. Look at this double take. Wait, okay, I missed it. Come back. So Sneaky looks at the camera like a little bit, blinks, realizes, oh shit, the double take, realizes the camera's on him, but they already pan away, so they lost their chance. Overlord is like, holy fuck, we did it again. Alright, let's fast forward to the interviews. I actually haven't watched these interviews back, so this is gonna be fun for me to watch back.
And let me tell you, year 2 was quite different here, Dupes. Next year 2 had their ups and downs. Year 2 was turbulent for Luminosity, but it wasn't.
I love the random pans to Nick. Makes me feel like I'm on an episode of The Office.
Ironically enough, the region that gave LG
Oh yeah, I remember this. So we're like, what the fuck do? We just won. And I was like, oh yeah, the admins told us we need to go around in front of the stage, guys. They're probably getting mad at us that we haven't gone around in the front of the stage yet.
The other teams in NA fell by the wayside, and LG said, oh, all of you are gone? Too easy. Let's get it back. seems to look amazing here in Yoko. I think anyone
The crowd was insane. I think we had the biggest crowd out of all the Pokemon games, which is insane.
That game was a championship performance. Fuji, Kyriaos Trench, you might have been right there, dude. Snacks.
So, yeah, Overlord's damageless grand finals was not the best, actually. He was averaging over 100k before this grand finals, and it actually brought down his average. He was at 100k average before this grand finals. So let's try to skip forward to the interviews. Oh, here we go.
Think Overlord, you had one. Well, they
team did. It feels really great, and I don't know.
Is it unheard of in the world of esports, much less Pokemon Unite? Elo, how does it feel to get that World Championship trophy 2 years?
Look, you can see us laughing. Look at me laughing. Rhinne's laughing too because we already know what Elo's response to this question is gonna be.
In a row.
I mean, yeah, it feels really great, and I don't know. Our team didn't have the cleanest season this year, but I think like all the hardships we went through.
Yeah, Elo's initial response, like, it feels pretty great. I don't know, like, we all saw it coming from a while away. That's a classic Elo, but yeah, he added more on after,
really
so that was good.
Really proud of the whole team.
Well, they proved it here today. I think Overlord, you had one game dropped all tournament long, the first one, but after that it was locked in. How did you turn that mentality around to a dominant tournament run?
I think first set we were definitely still nervous. You know, we hadn't played on world stage in over a year, but you know, as teammates, you know, we pick each other up, we make sure we're all playing as best we can, we're locked in, and after that it was wraps.
kyriaos, you just mentioned, or Elo just mentioned that this
Wholesome
was a
overlord
season full of
response.
ups and downs, but now you stand here on this stage, world champions. How much does that mean to you to win with this roster of 5 that has been through so much together?
I think why it meant so much to us is because a lot of people really had faith in us and really thought that we could still make it happen. And I think the people who had the most faith were, you know, family, friends, fans, who all thought we could still make it happen. And there were a lot of people who doubted, including myself, but we really pulled through. We went through a lot of discussion, a lot of conversations, and it really just means so much because we were able to make it happen with
2 years in a row, they made it happen. Now, this tournament run was on the back of some incredible games, back-to-back macro gameplay, draft, micro, everything looked amazing. Slash, what was the secret sauce here for Luminosity Gaming to have such a dominant tournament run?
Lapras.
I'm just realizing how funny my response is. kyriaos just gave like a huge like fucking speech, like emotional speech, and I just give like a funny meme response Lapras right after. I do not give a fuck, bro. I really followed kyriaos's speech with that, but yeah, I mean, kyriaos's response really wholesome too. Let's be honest though, he looked like he was gonna cry the whole tournament, so not very surprised there. No flame though.
To hear first, folks. Yes, I mean, Big Brain Slash on the case. I love to hear it. Rhinne, obviously, it was mentioned already. Luminosity
Zoinks did a great
you
job
all
with
have
these
a whole lot of
interviews.
supporters. You got some doubters, but you proved everybody wrong here. What do you want to say to the people out there that have been with Luminosity Gaming through thick and thin? All these people here that have been cheering you on all tournament long. Any words for the fans?
Dude, Rhinne's look at Worlds was wild. I swear, like, NAIC, like, when I see him in person, he did not look like this. Especially, like, his forehead creases. Like, he doesn't normally have those. I don't know what happened on Worlds Day, but...
I actually do. We can't do what we do without you guys.
Much love for everybody at home and here cheering them on. Can we get one more big round of applause for your world champions, Luminosity Gaming?
It's funny because there's a lot of our friends in the crowd that I'm seeing on all these camera fans, which is actually surreal to me.
Amazing stuff from this team. Let's take it back to Spraggles and Deuce next.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Kind of a longer one. This one was less like analysis focused. I did give some like insights throughout the games, but it's more like a reaction because I haven't seen the games in a while, and like just like funny tidbits, stuff like that. Hope you guys enjoyed anyways. I'm actually planning to do it, so this is a good like little spoiler, like Easter egg for the guys who watched to the very end of the video. I've seen all you guys' comments. I'm planning to do a series, like not a series, but like 2 videos on the NA and EU games. It's gonna be called like, right now the working title is like EU what went wrong, and I'll cover all the EU games, just like the best moments of those, and I'll do it for NA too. I've heard you guys' comments, so I hope you guys are hyped for that. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next videos.